Penguin Random House Audio presents The First Clash, the miraculous Greek victory at Marathon and its impact on Western civilization, by James Lacey. Read for you by Mike Cooper. Note to listener: this audiobook includes a downloadable PDF containing illustrated maps and the dramatis personae from the printed book. Dedicated to Ali and James. The mountains look on Marathon, and Marathon looks on the sea, and musing there an hour alone, I dreamed that Greece might yet be free, for standing on the Persian's grave, I could not deem myself a slave. Lord Byron, The Isles of Greece. Dramatis Personae. Amosis, Egyptian pharaoh who took the throne by force and held it for 44 years. He spent the last several years of his life preparing to meet an expected Persian offensive into Egypt. He died just before the decisive Battle of Pelusium, which saw the Egyptian army defeated by Cambyses II. Aristagoras, tyrant of Miletus. He is credited with starting the Ionian Revolt. After the revolt began, he travelled to Greece to gain Spartan support. Failing in that endeavour, he managed to enlist the limited support of Athens. The small force Athens sent to Ionia managed to burn the Persian city of Sardis before returning home. Persian enmity over Sardis's burning was the direct cause of the 490 BC Persian invasion and the Battle of Marathon. Aristides, one of 10 Athenian generals at Marathon and the leader of the Antiochus tribe. Several years after the Battle of Marathon, he lost a political struggle with Themistocles and was banished from Athens. He was recalled to help Athens fend off Xerxes in the 480 BC invasion and commanded the Athenian army at the decisive Battle of Plataea. Artaphernes, Persian satrap of Lydia and Ionia during the Ionian Revolt. Astyages, king of the Medes, overthrown by Cyrus and his Persian allies. Afterwards, Cyrus claimed his throne and used the combined Persian and Median armies to build the greatest empire the ancient world had yet seen. Callimachus, Athenian polemarch, commander at the Battle of Marathon. He was killed at the climax of the fighting. Cambyses II, Cyrus's son and successor. After winning the Battle of Pelusium in 525 BC, he went on to conquer Egypt. He died, under disputed circumstances, in 522 BC, while returning to the heart of the empire to crush a revolt. Cimon, son of Miltiades and a hero of the Second Persian War against Xerxes. He was politically powerful at the time Herodotus was reciting his history in Athens. Cleisthenes, son of Megacles, a brilliant politician and the sworn enemy of Hippias. He was the driving force behind the establishment and defense of Athenian democracy. Cleomenes, Spartan king in the 20 years leading up to Marathon. This remarkable Spartan played kingmaker in Athens, annihilated an Argive army, and humbled Aegina. In no small measure, Cleomenes' actions in the few years before the Persian invasion made the Greek victory at Marathon possible. Croesus, king of Lydia, 560 to 546 BC, until he was defeated by Cyrus outside of his capital city of Sardis. His defeat saw the Lydian Empire overthrown and merged into the growing Persian Empire. Cylon, Athenian Olympic hero who, with the support of the city of Megara, made an early bid to become tyrant of Athens. The bid failed, and although he escaped, most of his followers were slaughtered after they surrendered. The killers were led by a member of the Alcmaeonidae clan. The blood guilt associated with this act persisted for over a century and was always a major influence on Athenian politics. Cyrus, starting as the petty king of a small Persian kingdom, Ansan, he led a successful revolt against the Medes. Before his death, he had conquered the Lydian and Babylonian empires and incorporated them into the Persian Empire. Cyrus was the greatest empire builder the ancient world saw until Alexander the Great over 2 centuries later. He ruled from 559 BC to 530 BC. Darius, a Persian noble who, along with 7 other young nobles, made a bid for the Persian throne after the death of Cambyses II. After a year of civil war, Darius eventually secured his hold on power. He proved himself a first-rate administrator and was responsible for building the infrastructure and institutions of the empire that allowed it to last for 200 years. It was by Darius's command that the Persian army was sent to destroy Athens in 490 BC. Datis, Persian commander at the Battle of Marathon. Demaratus, Spartan co-king with Cleomenes. After a strained relationship, Cleomenes engineered his removal. He later escaped to the Persian court and was an advisor to Xerxes during the Persian invasion in 480 BC. Gobryas, Babylonian general who went over to Cyrus with a substantial portion of the Babylonian army in 541 BC. He joined Cyrus in his conquest of Babylonia and was responsible for capturing the city of Babylon and holding it until Cyrus arrived. Harpagos, Median general who betrayed his king, Astyages, and brought a large segment of the Median army over to Cyrus's side. Harpagos's support of Cyrus was the decisive moment in Cyrus's rise to ultimate power. He later became Cyrus's most trusted general and was responsible for reducing the Greek cities of Ionia to submission to Persian rule. Hippias, son of Pisistratus. He assumed the role of tyrant after his father's death. Although competent, he was not as adept as Pisistratus at balancing the many threats Athens faced. He was deposed by Cleisthenes and went to reside within the Persian Empire. He was with the Persian army at Marathon, hoping for reinstatement as Athens' tyrant in the event of a Persian victory. Histiaios, tyrant of a Greek city within the Persian Empire. He was with the Persians during their invasion of Thrace and is credited with protecting the bridge over the Danube, allowing Darius's army to escape destruction in Scythia. He was a key Greek leader in the later stages of the Ionian Revolt. Isagoras. He opposed Cleisthenes and seized power with the support of the Spartan king Cleomenes. When the Athenian assembly resisted his bid for power, the Spartans withdrew their support and he was banished from Athens. Mardonius, Persian general instrumental in crushing the Ionian Revolt. He was put aside by Darius after a failed expedition into northern Greece, but was with Xerxes as his top military commander in the invasion of 480 BC. Megabaesos, Persian general under Darius. After the failed attempt to conquer Scythia, he was left behind to complete the conquest of Thrace. It was his suspicion of Histiaios' loyalty that led to that tyrant being ordered to Susa, where he could be watched more carefully. Megacles, early ally of Pisistratus and later a sworn enemy. He is not to be confused with an earlier Megacles who killed Cylon, an Olympic hero who made an early bid to be tyrant of Athens after promising him safe conduct. Miltiades the Elder, the first tyrant of the Chersonese, sent there by Pisistratus to help protect Athens' access to grain. He was a close ally of Croesus and the uncle of one of the heroes of Marathon, the second Miltiades. Miltiades, step-nephew of Miltiades the Elder. He also became the tyrant of the Chersonese, but returned to Athens after the Ionian Revolt and was one of the leaders of the Athenian army at Marathon. Nabonidus, king of Babylon from 556 BC to 539 BC. He was defeated in battle by Cyrus, who promptly added Babylon to his growing empire. Nabonidus had previously lost the support of Babylon's powerful priestly caste and most of his people by refusing to properly honor the traditional Babylonian gods. Phanes, Greek mercenary general in the service of the Egyptians. He switched sides before the Persian attack on Egypt in 523 BC. He was instrumental in the successful Persian invasion and became one of Cambyses II's most trusted generals. Pisistratus, first tyrant of Athens. He oversaw Athens' rise to commercial and political power. Smerdis, son of Cyrus and Cambyses' brother. He was most likely murdered on Cambyses' orders, either just before the Persian invasion of Egypt or soon thereafter. While Cambyses and the Persian army were in Egypt, a false Smerdis rose up within the empire and claimed the throne. This led to a civil war, which, after many bloody battles, saw Darius victorious and the new ruler of the Persian Empire. Solon, Athens' great lawgiver. He provided Athens with the basic structure of its governance and legal system. He was also instrumental in rallying Athens to continue its war with Megara until the island of Salamis was conquered. Although there were setbacks, this event marks the start of Athens' remarkable rise. Themistocles.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?